Alright, now, as you can tell from my action movie reviews, I love martial arts. I'm a very big, how do you say it, enthusiast of martial arts, and hopefully once I get my money up and I find the time and I find a school, I will become a practitioner. I'm still young, I can get started, right? But, there's this thing. I've become aware of a website slash forum and a YouTube channel called bullshido. If you look it up on Wikipedia, bullshido basically is two words blended together: bushido, which is the samurai code, and bullshit. And we all know what bullshit is. And basically, not only is it mostly enthusiasts of mixed martial arts, which in this day and age many people proclaim it's the ultimate fighting art, if you want to call it that. It's a hybrid of different things. But basically, Bullshido's main goal is to debunk martial arts, or martial artists and bullshit practices of some so-called masters who have questionable lineages and questionable certificates of authenticity and things of that nature. Now, I'm not saying I've encountered a bullshido moment because I haven't been involved in martial arts enough to say that I have. But I have become aware of the mcdojo phenomenon. And you can pretty much figure out what those two words put together mean. I'm gonna put it out there. I live down south. I'm not gonna specify which state, but it's not Texas and it's not Florida. The reason why I put those two out because Texas and Florida have more kung fu schools than the state I live in, and I've always wanted to learn and practice kung fu for many years. Up until recently, the place where I live in has just started having a martial art, which I am also very psyched about, which is capoeira, which I would like to get into. But here where I stay at, there are so many so-called Shaolin this or karate or there's so many taekwondo slash karate schools, out here, which I find very frustrating. What if you want to study something else? And on top of that, from what I've been reading on Bushido and people's testimonies and things of that nature, how they've wasted so many years at X school and so much money, and they're learning all these forms and they're not sparring, they're not applying them, you're not fighting, or they do get into fights and the stuff doesn't work. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the best. I don't know. It's all this stuff that I keep hearing. And mostly, I've noticed that a lot of these so-called martial arts grandmasters, especially the ninja guys. I mean, the ninja craze. I came up during the ninja craze. Okay? Like, I'm 23 now. You have to figure I was born in 85. That's when the ninja craze hit. I was like 5 years old in 1990. I still remember a lot of that stuff from way back when all the ninja stuff was going on. All the kids wanted to be ninjas and crap like that and stuff like that. And they're learning karate and has nothing to do with ninjas. And Power Rangers hit and the mcdojos started popping up on every street corner like a liquor store. But I'm not speaking on this as a martial artist because I'm not a martial artist. I'm an enthusiast. I have books on martial arts, and I know you can only learn so much from a book, which is why I would like to learn from a teacher to physically teach me. But I'm speaking as a prospective student of whatever form of martial art I'll end up getting into in the future, that I'm sort of wary of what I could possibly be getting into, which is something that could be wasting my time and my money, while all the while I'll be devoting hours of sweat and dedication to something that may or may not work in a fight or flight situation. Or if I decide to, hypothetically speaking, not saying that I would do this fight for professionally, would be utterly useless. I'm sort of wary of that type of thing. And because of bullshido, I've become a very big fan of it. Now many people say they're slamming traditional martial arts. They're not slamming traditional martial arts or traditional martial artists. They're slamming people who take false credentials and fast talk and trick people into believing that they're these esoteric, godlike beings who know the ins and outs of fighting. I'm a very big fan of bullshido. I'm glad they do what they do, and I hope they keep doing what they're doing, because essentially it's not just a con, it's dangerous. Just think about it. Hypothetically, it's dangerous. If you have somebody who studied for years, martial art for years and years and years, and wants to open up a school, those are the people that should be qualified to do it, because they know what they're doing, they know what the ins and outs of it, and they know, physical capabilities of their students, and this type of thing like that. And then you have guys who take advantage of people who want to actually study, and I don't know. That's all I got to say about it. And basically, anybody who watches this video by chance, please, I really would like to know, like, your thoughts on this, on bullshido, on the mcdojos, on Frank Dukes, and Bloodsport, which I found out was questionable. Anything. Now, I'm not being critical of any martial art of any type. I'm not critical of anything. I'm just looking at it in the perspective of somebody who would like to invest his time into martial arts. But also I want to know, how am I supposed to find out if any school isn't legit? Because it's my physical being at risk. Essentially, that's the seriousness of this. That's all I got to say about that.